What is going on, guys? Episode 36, Sports Spectator Podcast. We are back. We got a ton, and I mean a ton to talk about. We are in the heat of football season. We got college football playoffs. We got NFL playoffs looming. We got NBA. Heat low-key are actually good. We got a very recent local state champion led by South Florida native Teddy Bridgewater. We got a lot to say. More importantly, we're here, we're in person. John, you look good, dude. I like seeing you in 4K on my MacBook, but dude, seeing you in person, there's nothing like that, man.
Even better.
I'm glad that we're here, dude.
Likewise.
You look good, dude. Have you been working out?
Yeah, I guess so. I've been starving myself maybe with a little bit of sickness, so maybe that's why I'm looking maybe slimmer. But yeah, thank you.
That could be it, man. Like, like a sort of a natural Ozempic almost.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, COVID maybe? No, just my sinuses. But we're 10 days out from Christmas, December 15th. Can you believe that? 10 days from Christmas.
Dude, that's insane, man. Like, the year flew by. I felt like we were still in single digits, what felt like yesterday, and here we are nearing episode 40. It's insane. It's monumental, dude. Got a lot to say, and I think probably what we got to touch on the biggest subject of the day, state championship. I know this was near and dear to you, John.
Yeah.
What should people know about that?
So, first time following Florida State football championships, and some crazy stats came out of this year's one. So, 50% of all the state champions this season were from South Florida, Miami area.
50%.
50%. So there was 8 games, and in 4 of them, a Miami-Dade or Broward County team won the championship. So Miami just owns all of Florida. It was pretty incredible. The other stat that's pretty incredible is Teddy Bridgewater, ex-Louisville darling in college. He played for the Troy Lions. You know, like my darling, Louisville darling Teddy Bridgewater came back to his hometown and home high school, Miami Northwestern, in our little Hades' very own. Won their 8th or 9th championship last night with Teddy Bridgewater in his first season. So first season coming back home, legendary storyline there. Some incredible players there. I didn't have the time to look up the exact players, but what do you think about that? Teddy Bridgewater coming home in his first high school season and winning the state championship. How epic.
Dude, that's sensational. I mean, and you know what? There's going to be people that downplay that. They're going to say, oh, of course he was going to be able to win that. He was playing at a collegiate level. He was playing at the NFL level. For him coming to high school, they're going to downplay it and say that it's meaningless. And if you're one of those people that's saying that, I'm sorry, respectfully, but actually not respectfully, you don't know ball. Anyone that is aware of how competitive high school football is here in South Florida will tell you that it's probably, I would even argue, harder to win at this level than maybe even at the collegiate, possibly even the NFL. You think about it, you're dealing with high school kids that this is their first taste of something this competitive, and to lead them to this level of winning this type of championship, that's insane. And I commend him. And shout out to Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, he is definitely someone that I very much slept on in college. Pause, no Diddy. I mean, in Louisville, he was good. Like I will admit.
He beat Florida, didn't he? In one of the Orange Bowl?
Yeah, I didn't need a reminder of that. They did do that. He really was him when he was back in Louisville, and he had his stints in the NFL. I think I picked him up sometime in fantasy, and like he did pretty okay for me. Obviously, he didn't have the career that he wanted to have.
Nasty injuries, just brutal.
Dude, it fucking sucks, dude. Like you really got to feel for the guy, but the guy is actually, he's very philanthropic, right? Like
the simple fact that he went back to this high school to coach them said all I needed to know about him.
He's a very community type of guy, like very, very. And as someone that recently, and by recently I mean today, actually donated to charity. This speaks even more.
Dude, you're Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates out here.
Literally.
Juan, Bill Gates is that.
I am a community man. Like me and Teddy Bridgewater, we're cut from the same cloth. We care about the local community. And all right, I feel like I'm sounding very sarcastic when I say that, but no, seriously. Shout out to Teddy Bridgewater. That shit is not easy. Like Miami, more than anything, like it gets fucking competitive out here. So first year for him to do that. Oh, look at that! The Lions just scored. Like I wish I knew what winning felt like. We'll get to that later. But yeah, man, Teddy Bridgewater, what a guy! Please come on our podcast. We would love to discuss this more than anything. But yeah, dude, fucking shout out to you, dude. Like way to rep. Like, put the team on your back, put the entire city, the community on your back, dude. That merits an applause, dude.
We are officially a Miami Northwestern high school football program fans. At least I am. Another kid I want to give a shout out to, the quarterback of Miami Northwestern, Leon Strawder, had an incredible playoff run going into his senior year. I think he'll get a star rating this year, especially being mentored by Teddy Bridgewater. Having your junior season with Teddy Bridgewater as a quarterback and then going into your senior season, he threw for over 1,000 yards in this playoff and with over, I think, an incredible amount of touchdowns, probably over 20 touchdowns in the playoffs. So Leon Strawder going to be a senior this upcoming year. Yeah, that's it for Northwestern. Unless you want to gloat some more, glaze the balls.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's this kind of stat line. It's giving Bryce Young. I feel like you're talking like a Bryce Young elite type of quarterback. I mean, if we had to call it right now, like, who do we see scouting this type of talent? Like, and don't say Alabama.
Miami.
Has to be.
I was watching the U documentary the other night, and it all came down to like just getting the local Miami kids on board with Miami, so they want to go to Miami. And like, if you did that, if you could just recruit South Florida, you would win the national championship. They said that was part of their strategy. Was they had the county of Miami, and it literally went up to Tampa. And they were like, if we recruit everyone in here, we're good.
So what do you? So that really brings up an interesting question. What do you think the gap is in that we have the University of Miami that literally has the coaching?
Cristobal is Mario Cristobal. I'm actually I'm really surprised because I believed in him a lot, but I feel like this season really showed like you have a lot of talent on that team, and you blew these games that no legitimate team is losing a game in that season. Like if you look at the Alabama or Georgia, like none of those teams are losing that schedule.
Do you think that all of these kids are going to end up going to UNC because of the recent Bill Belichick hire?
I think they're like, I'm not going to go get coached by Bill Belichick. Like I don't care. I'm definitely a lot of people are, but I don't think they're going to have a fear of like losing kids because Bill Belichick's going to be like, I'm not doing it the way you're doing it. Just period.
But think about it. If you're someone who is dead set on going to the NFL, and Bill Belichick has said it, that he is going to turn the University of North Carolina into an NFL factory, like Saban did with the University of Alabama. I mean, you know that better than anyone. Don't you think that suddenly UNC becomes a competitive aspect when it comes to recruiting within the local Miami high schools?
I don't think so, because I think the same thing will happen with Saban, where Saban was enough of a reason to go to Alabama, and he had that clout, and they were still obviously like bribing kids to go to Alabama, even with Saban's clout. But like even Saban was dealing with kids that wanted to demand more than what Saban wanted to give and deal with. So like I don't think Belichick with no clout in college, like he's not proven in college. Like you could be the NFL, and even in the NFL when Brady left, Belichick, the team sucked, and the team still sucks. So it's like he has clout, but like he has no proof. So I don't think it's gonna be enough for a kid to be like. So it's like Deion Sanders' first year in Colorado.
So we're saying 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick.
Trash. I bet he doesn't even go 600 in his first season. You heard it here first.
So you're saying, well, I haven't even gone that far yet. But you're saying 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick, cloutless, sans clout.
Zero clout.
The amount of clout is zero. Cloutless.
Zero
Bill.
personality skills. Like this guy will be a fucking weirdo when he walks into like incoming college student homes to try and pitch them. The parents are gonna be like, "You're fucking weird, bro. Like you're fucking weird. Get the fuck out of my house." Straight up, he's a weirdo.
Oh man,
he's autistically savant football coach, and that's respectable for sure. But like, Saban has that swag. Belichick has that gout. You're like, you're odd, bro. Get out of my house.
He doesn't got clout. He's got gout.
You heard it here. Belichick, come get this.
It's going to be hilarious when someone undoubtedly, oh, holy shit, dude, dude, fucking Josh Allen just threw a bomb, dude. I want to kill myself.
It's the Haley Steinfeld effect.
Dude, God damn it.
Congratulations, Josh Allen, on your marriage.
Congratulations on getting married to Haley Steinfeld. Great singer. I'm sure she's a sensational lady. Good for you. I fucking hate you. God, you got a fucking rocket cannon of an arm. Oh. Like, you own the Miami Dolphins. I hate myself. The point that I was trying to make here is that it's going to be hilarious when UNC undoubtedly just like knocks Alabama out of the playoffs in the next coming years.
No.
I'm going to come back to this clip specifically and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, you just got gouted, John. You know, the guy with the gout just took you out."
That's everyone that loses to him. You can make shirts. That could be our first shirt brand for hating on UNC. You got gouted.
You got gouted. Oh
Yeah,
shit!
got gout.
All right.
Yo, fuck Bill Belichick though on the real. Like he ain't doing shit in North Carolina.
But Teddy Bridgewater, I don't even know how we got on this topic.
Teddy Bridgewater is a better coach than Bill Belichick.
Oh, heard it here first, guys.
We're non-professional now, but no, I do think all that.
All right. Now we got to move on to a slightly more sad topic, which is the disappointment, the absolute failure of a product. Okay, essentially the Zune. You remember the Zune, John? Microsoft Zune, the competitor. To the Miami Dolphins feel like they are the Zune of football. They just feel like a failed product that had so many expectations, and once again, after today, they have let us down. And like Microsoft did with the Zune, I genuinely feel that the NFL should relegate us. Okay, what I saw today was nothing short of abysmal. Okay, it was miserable. I would have, if you would have told me, if you would have given me two options, gun to my head, and said, like, eat this boiling hot lava or continue watching this Houston Dolphins game, I'm picking the lava 10 out of 10 times.
Wow.
That game sucked. Our O-line, atrocious. Tua, I guess, the clock hit midnight because he was not the same Tua that we've been seeing.
The Jameis Winston effect? Is he blind?
Yeah, like
he's blinding.
The CTE is finally starting to take control of him. Like, picture Venom literally taking over Eddie Brock's body.
But what about if Tyreek made that catch and didn't have it intercepted out of his hands? You watched that last play?
Dude, what if my aunt was a man? Then she'd be my uncle. Like, we can sit here talking what ifs all day, but the fact of the matter is, this team stinks. We are not good. This is not a good product. Okay? And I don't know how they do it. I swear to God, they must be monitoring through my phone that every single time I get a little bit of hope, like, we look okay, we look decent, Tua's making the plays that he's supposed to, like, he's making the reads correctly. And then we get fucking games like this. It's the same old Dolphins. Like, John, you want to hear a crazy fact that we've only had a season above 500 once in the past 18 seasons. One season above 500. Let me double check that because I saw this on Elon Musk's.
Yeah, any stat that you drop needs to be verified. Maybe by third parties.
God, I gotta double check this because I remember I saw this.
What if I think the Miami Dolphins is just a psy-op? Maybe it's the NSA, and they're balancing the fandom belief with some experiment that they can transmit through our phones' radio waves.
So I'll get to that in a second because that is I've had that same thought, but I did verify it. According to Ghost of Adam Gaze on Twitter, at Ghost of Adam Gaze, could say a lot of things, but there's no point. End of day, this team is just not good nor great. One win over 500 teams in last 18 qualifying, and I think he meant to say seasons. John, how does that happen? How did we get here? What the fuck, dude? Like, where do we even go from here? You know what? I just don't know. I don't even know.
Cam Ward.
I think.
Come on home.
I think not even Jesus himself
could save this quarterback. Draft a quarterback.
It's just we're rotten at the core. Okay, it's Chris Greer, it's Stephen Ross, it's Mike McDaniel. I just don't know. We suck, dude.
Draft a quarterback.
We suck. I don't even know because we would probably draft a quarterback and we would figure out a way to ruin him. We would somehow get
ruin him. At least ruin him and don't have Tua go down and then have nobody as a backup. Draft someone. You know it's going to happen. Tua's going to get hurt. It's inevitable. So have someone that you can raise up and bring along for the ride of this rebuild. That's inevitable. You're going to have to get rid of a big superstar again. But you're going to have to keep Tua. But Tua's going to get hurt. So just draft the fucking quarterback. At least draft in the second or third round. Fine. Maybe don't get a first round guy, but at least draft someone with one of your first picks.
Dude, and you know what the crazy thing is they'll probably do that, but they'll probably get the most no name college quarterback, just like they did with Skylar Thompson, who, by the way, recently got released.
Sorry, Skylar Thompson, but it was come on,
dude.
come on.
There's a very I saw it on Twitter and I thought this really hit the nail on the head. There's a very famous World War II picture where some soldiers are reading a newspaper and you can see the headline of those newspapers. It just says Hitler dead, and someone literally retweeted the official at Miami Dolphins tweet letting us know that they released Skylar Thompson just with that picture. That was fucking crazy. Like
That's a crazy
that someone would attribute like. I thought, yes, Skylar Thompson, not a great guy, but holy shit, dude. Miami Dolphins fans are just fucking ruthless. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, the guy, and you know what's crazy? He's probably going to go to another team, just like Sam Darnold did,
so, dude. No.
and probably somehow end up being like an all-pro, constant Pro Bowl, like probably future Super Bowl MVP winning quarterback, like elsewhere. Because that's just who we are.
No,
We're
Skylar
ass.
Thompson's ass, bro. Skylar Thompson literally looked like me. He literally looks like one of those guys that like just doesn't have big enough hands to throw a perfect spiral every time, like and like was just weak on the ball. Like literally, he looked like I was playing quarterback out there. Respectfully,
there's going to be another QB coach. There's going to be like a Kyle Shanahan. There's going to be like an Andy Reid that somehow he's going to get plopped into a practice squad, and someone's going to be like, all right, like this guy's got a little bit of moxie. And there's going to be like a general manager, someone that locks in, and somehow he's going to be just like the most elite QB1. Dude, Cedric Wilson, I don't know if you remember this guy. He used to be a former wide receiver for the Dolphins. Literally threw a dot today as a quarterback. We have former Dolphins wide receivers played better at quarterback than our fucking like supposed franchise QB did. I want to kill myself. For the record, we're 12 stories above the ground. Over under, is that enough stories to kill me if I jump off right now? Because like I just don't know what else to do. Like, God, is this another trial tribulation that you're putting me through? Like, I can't take any more of these tests. Like, I just feel like I've been in the trenches and I don't know what to do. So now we're gonna end the season in just complete mediocrity once again with just like right below 500 season to again not get a good enough high draft pick. So we're probably going to draft like a fucking long snapper from like University of Phoenix online, most likely. Okay, and that's going to be our first round draft pick. And some media outlet out there is going to convince us that this guy's got a high ceiling. He's a boom or bust, and we're going to be like, oh, maybe this guy's the fucking answer. Okay, we're going to get really excited, and then we're going to pick up some like guy that was no longer in his prime from some team, Jordan Poyer, I'm fucking looking at you, buddy. And then we're going to think to ourselves like, oh, maybe this is the season. Okay. And then we're going to beat up some like shitty ass fucking team, that's like 3-10. All right. And we're going to think, oh, maybe we got something. And then we're going to face an actual competitive team. And then we're going to be having this episode again. What do we do? Like, I just don't know, John.
Just give up.
I don't know.
Just give up because we said this episode when Tua went down. Like, just give up. It's not. There's no hope. I hope it's officially done now, right? Unless some crazy stuff happens to make the playoffs, like it's over. Yeah, or what?
I just don't know. I'm fading the Dolphins. I'm gonna every team that they fucking play. I'm betting the money line of the other team. I can't do it anymore. You know what's funny? I was at a Christmas party yesterday. And a buddy of mine who is Miami native, literally grew up here, went to school here. And we were talking football. He was asking me, oh, how's the podcast going? So we got on the topic of football. He's a Panthers fan, funny enough. And I asked him, I say, why are you a Panthers fan if you grew up in Miami? And he literally, during one specific draft, I can't recall who it was that we drafted at that time, but he was so pissed by the draft pick that the Dolphins got that he announced to all of his friends, and he said, I'm no longer a fan of this team. Okay?
This is my announcement that I'm leaving.
Like, probably smartest decision that I've ever heard. And I think I'm at that level. I think I'm just at a point where I'm going to have to shop the free agent market, and I just don't know, John. I'm sick of losing. I can't stand it anymore. Like, how do we fix this?
You don't.
You don't.
You really don't. But all right, so I think you've expressed your emotions for the Dolphins quite enough. I think we can move on. You said that the Miami Heat were doing particularly well. Would that make you happy to speak about?
A little bit. It would make me a little bit.
I
Yes.
feel like it's kind of fraudulent, though. Honestly, like I've been seeing you talk about, the Heat are doing good. They're on a streak, but like, aren't they like barely 500? And isn't it that Jimmy Butler is going to leave?
That is fake news, and I think you're contributing to the fake news by formally announcing that on this podcast, John. We're a nationally recognized media outlet, and for us to spread such discrepant misinformation is just blatantly inappropriate.
Do you hear that, NSA? Did you hear that, NSA?
Blatant. Okay, I have
So
heard
Jimmy Butler's not leaving. Is that what you're saying?
he's not leaving. Okay, and
You have evidence?
yes, because Sharania, I'm probably butchering his name, but he had formally announced.
Yo, I think that dude lied on TV. I think he was blowing smoke the entire time and went on TV and confirmed and lied to everyone's face that he.
Listen. I pulled up the tweet right here from Elon Musk's Twitter, where @Shamsharania said the Phoenix Suns are another team that Jimmy Butler's agent. Bernie Lee has indicated in league circles that the six-time All-Star is open to as a destination, while Miami listens to trade offers, sources tell ESPN, joining Dallas, Houston, and Golden State. And he got fucking community noted where they said Jimmy Butler's agent has publicly stated these claims are unfounded and false.
So yeah, this dude's been just lying to the public.
He's straight up.
Twitter notes.
He's straight up. And I would community notes you right now, John, if I could, for spreading this misinformation. Jimmy Butler is a Heatle for life. Some are calling him washed. Some are saying that his prime is done. And
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is that Jimmy Butler is staying. And that's all that
Is
matters.
he washed?
I'm neither confirming or denying that he is or isn't or is not potentially or potentially is not or has ever been.
If he's not washed, is he dirty? Or not even?
Well, let's take a step back. What does washed mean? Is it the absence of
Washed
dirt?
means all your clout and talent that you had has been washed off. Dirty, that means you still got the gas. You're still in the legs. You're still bop, bop, bop. And if you're neither of those, then you're really not. You might as well be fucking washed if you're neither of those.
But
Is Jimmy Butler fucking muddy? Is he dirty?
Is water wet?
Yes.
There's your answer.
So you say Jimmy Butler is still dirty?
That is not what I'm saying, and you misinterpreted that. The fact of the matter is,
Jimmy Butler's wet. Okay. I mean,
Jimmy Butler is.
he could be dirty. He could be clean. It's really nothing has changed.
He's Schrodinger's NBA player. He is somehow both elites. You know what? I'm not even going to entertain the idea that
Whatever you're explaining does not sound like an NBA champion. I'll say that much.
I don't think my frail little heart could take Jimmy Butler getting traded to another team right now.
He'd leave his coffee shop behind. He'd leave Miami, and his little big face coffee brand would be Little Face because there's no Jimmy Butler here.
Yeah, I don't think my heart could deal with that, John.
That brand literally dies if he's not in Miami.
Exactly.
Like,
So
straight up.
So why would Jimmy Butler start a coffee brand if he plans on leaving? That's just bad business, John.
And respectfully, I'm not here to say that he knows any good business. I'm not here to glaze. I'm here to say facts, and I don't know shit, but I have thoughts.
Okay. I don't want to address whether Jimmy Butler is washed or not because I feel like that is a take that can come back to haunt me. So I refuse to acknowledge that, and I will continue refusing to acknowledge that question until I say otherwise. The fact of the matter is, John, the Heat, fun fact, undefeated in their blood red uniforms. 6-0. Okay? They are 8-2 with their latest starting five. Okay? They are 3 games away from being third place in the East, in the very competitive Eastern Conference, mind you, the same one that the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks play in. Always dangerously looming. And by the way, John, I don't know if you've seen former 6-man of the year, Tyler Hero, Dad Energy, and we've said it on this podcast that he's putting up numbers, and I gotta pull up his stats.
Yo, Tyler Hero, if you actually are a part of a pregnant relationship right now, you can name this child First name Sport, middle name Spectator, last name
Hero. Sports Spectator Hero.
SH to shh the haters.
Ooh, that's kind of wrong.
Yo, tell Katia. I'll tell her.
Dude, that's kind of wrong. Yo, Tyler, John's going to slip in your girl's DMs, dude. I really hope he doesn't listen to our podcast.
He doesn't. But maybe Katia does.
I don't need that kind of cease and desist letter in my life.
Does. Yo.
But listen. Tyler Hero, averaging 24.2 points.
Stud.
5.3 rebounds.
Stud.
5 assists.
Stud.
And he's over 48% from the field. That's elite. You know, this is a guy that...
Let's not stop there, Tyler. Let's get that above 50%, all right? Let's get that above 50%. There's room for improvement. We need more. We need much more. I'm going to just go ahead and say, put my hater mask on, we need Tyler Hero more than we need Jimmy Butler this season. We need Tyler to carry and Jimmy to just make fucking three-pointers and, like, say some ridiculous stuff to get people distracted and rattled. We need Tyler to lead this team in points and scoring.
Do you think he has that dog in him, though? Do you think he is?
Yo, it's Sport Spectator Hero. If that's happening, then we're good. The longer the process is, this is kind of it's crazy that we're saying this. But yeah, yo, Tyler, I believe. I think he's got the dog in him. Yeah.
I agree. But the Heat, they got me excited. Now, fun fact, John, did you know that NBA ratings are at an all-time low?
I'm not surprised because I don't watch basketball.
Yeah, you don't watch basketball, and a lot of people don't either. But Heat basketball is must-see TV, especially now that we don't have Thomas Bryant. We recently traded him to the Indiana Pacers.
Any relation to Kobe Bryant?
I don't believe so. Maybe. And I could tell by the way he plays because Kobe Bryant would never allow that kind of production.
In his bloodline.
What the fuck was that, dude? Dude, this guy just shanked it. Who just made that field goal?
Who did make that field
goal? Oh my God, dude.
Detroit Lions.
The Lions, bro. That guy's like gunning for the unemployment line. Holy shit, dude. Shanked it right to the left. That was a live reaction, by the way. That was fucking terrible, dude. And I think the NFL is in cahoots with the books to have the Bills win this game because all the money, to my knowledge, was on the Lions. And the way that the kicker just fucking shanked that, it means that the NFL is in cahoots. Yeah, look at Jared Goff pretending to throw a fit like, oh no, I wasn't bought off for $50 million today. Like, Yeah, look at Sean McDermott, who, by the way, I still think looks like the main villain from I Am Legend. Like, that's what I see when I see that guy. Anyways, back on topic, guys. The Heat, they're I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. Obviously, we're still very early on in the season. I actually got to check our standings. And see how we are doing.
I don't think they're that impressive still.
So we're currently sitting at 13-10. Okay, all right, which is not bad. Like fifth in the East, we're above the Bucks, we're above the Pacers. Okay, we're above Brooklyn, so it's pretty good. And we did beat recently Cleveland. All right, they have 4 losses. You know who gave them one of those 4 losses, John? The Heat. The Heat
Tyler
gave
Hero.
them Tyler Hero.
Is it Hero? It's not Hero. Hero.
I'm a Nissan kid, so I'm the worst person to ask
Tyler
about.
H.
Yeah, THC. We're doing pretty good. I don't know what this will eventually translate to for when it comes to playoffs, but it's looking good. I feel like the Heat were coming in with little to no expectations, and we're looming. I don't know if we're getting hot too early or if we're starting to get hot at the right time. I never know with the NBA season, with it being like 82 fucking games. Like when you tell me like the Heat are playing game number 37, I'm just like, there might as well be a million games left. Like,
I don't care. I literally don't care about basketball. It's like what's happening right now. It's like the fact that the biggest storyline is the blood red jerseys have 6 wins is just like.
Have you seen the jersey, John? They're pretty
the
sick.
culture looks super stupid. I'm a hater of the culture. If it just said the Heat on the top, that'd be cool. But since it says the culture, I'm like, these are whack. The color's cool and like the top Heat logo's cool, and then it's just like, So that's what I think. All I know about the Heat, all account of the Heat, Tyler Hero needs to carry us. Jimmy Butler, just keep balling, bro. Like, enjoy your coffee, Enjoy all your happiness and your delights, but we need you to buff Tyler up, get him to be the scorer, be that senior guy, and relax. We're not giving you a mega contract. All right, that's what we need.
He's already gotten paid.
He got paid?
Yeah, he's already made money. Like
he's made money, but he's looking for more money now. Like, we ain't giving it to you, bro. You heard it from me. All right. So what else we have? Are we done here? Do we have any more crazy stats or comments or?
Yeah, we got to talk about the fact real quick because we have to acknowledge this. Cam Ward, was he robbed of the Heisman? Yes or no? No. Please elaborate.
He did not deserve to win the Heisman. I don't care what anyone says. You know what? Cam Ward, respectfully, should thank Cristobal and the defensive coordinator for the season he had, because the only reason why he threw for so much on yards and touchdowns is because the Miami defense was so bad that they needed Cam to keep him in every single game. Without that, if Miami actually played with coherence on defense, Cam would not have had the season he had, and the Miami might have probably had a better season, maybe even made a run in the playoff. But instead, Cam Ward gets a padded stat season, and the Miami Hurricanes make the ReliaQuest Bowl.
All right. I'm gonna throw a philosophical question at you, John, and this might get you in trouble with your lovely wife, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. Do you know the actress Sydney Sweeney?
Yes.
Do you agree that she ranges from, out of 10, she ranges from 9 to 10?
Sure.
Okay, so we agree that she is a very attractive female.
Yes.
Okay, now if you put a bunch of 2s and 3s around her, Sydney Sweeney still hot, correct?
Yes.
Do you think that those other unattractive women being around her make her seem more attractive? Yes or no?
Yes.
When you take the unattractive women away, is she still incredibly attractive? There you go. And that is Cam Ward. Cam Ward
Did you just compare Cam Ward to Sydney Sweeney?
Yes, because Cam Ward's talent is the Sydney Sweeney of college football. It is by far the best product I have seen on a college football field since possibly Kyle Trask, who is still ashamed has not received a single meaningful snap in the NFL, but that's a take for a different day. Cam Ward was the Sydney Sweeney in terms of college football play, with all due respect, in all of college football. The Miami Hurricanes were good because of him, not in spite of him. Regardless of how good or how bad the defense would have been, Cam Ward kept them in every game. And if we actually look back at the history of the Heisman Trophy, this was for the best player in college football. You're telling me that a guy who was mediocre on both sides of the field, yes, I understand this was not done in the past, is more deserving than a guy that literally kept this team relevant and kept them in talks of even receiving a first-round bye? No. In the same way that Sydney Sweeney would sweep a beauty contest, Cam Ward should have swept the Heisman. And that is my piece, John. With all due respect, I disagree.
Yeah, I get it. It was a complicated year. It was just such a diverse year. I mean, Dylan Gabriel should not have been in New York City. That was a joke. To have any other quarterback besides Cam Ward was honestly disrespectful. I was shocked by that. But, Cam Ward could have won it in an alternate reality, but what they really needed was a quarterback who was like a Johnny Manziel to win it over Travis Hunter or Gianti, in my opinion, because they had Gianti had an incredible statistics season. It's still not an all-time season. It was, in its own respect, it was good. I mean, he got his team a bye. Boise State has a bye. But Travis Hunter was such a special player, and I don't think it's fair to say mediocre on both sides of the ball, but definitely I get it. But
he was, and mind you, when I say this, that he was being mediocre on both sides of the ball, he was being mediocre against no-name teams, against shitty teams. I would love, if you would have told me that Travis Hunter was putting up those numbers against Auburn's, against Texas, against Tennessee's, against, I was going to say Florida, but not this year, guys. Against any, credible, historical, actually competitive football program, then I would make that argument.
But that was Cam Ward season too. I didn't play anything.
Listen, the ACC is
trash.
It's like a transgender SEC. All right, there's levels of competitiveness somewhere within that conference. So with that said, I think Cam Ward significantly more deserving of the Heisman. Dude, and you were the one sitting here telling me that that's who Miami should have gone. How can you both sit here and say that the Miami Dolphins should draft Cam Ward while also saying that he is undeserving of the Heisman? How is that a good recruiting pitch, John? If Cam Ward is listening to this, what is going to make him want to go to the Dolphins when you're here saying he's undeserving of the Heisman?
I speak facts. Some people hate him, some people love him, but they're always facts. And the Heisman is a showman's award. Stats matter, but you gotta have the visuals to back it up and story to back it up. And yeah, he was a great quarterback. He played great, but like at the end of the day, the comparison of stories and positions and highlights, like it matters. So maybe he wasn't perfect for the Heisman, but like it gives him more motivation going to the professional level to have good performances and play better.
I would like the record to show that when the college football season started, John, my partner in crime here, wore a Cam Ward jersey to watch Miami and Florida's season opener. You would have never seen a bigger Cam Ward stand than John Francis Lasack was that day. So it really is a fall from grace to go from that to watch him now see and say that he is not Heisman deserving. Truly.
I speak facts. Facts
Truly.
come out. Facts come out. And then they go in everyone's ears. You know, some sounds good, some sounds bad, but they're facts. So.
Well, all of that to say, we still got college football playoff coming off. More than anything, John is just seething that Alabama was only sniffing the playoffs. But unfortunately, January 6th protesters were just short of reaching the top of the hill. Do you remember? Do you remember the guys that were like trying to climb?
Oh, literally.
And they were like so close, and then they just fell off. They were just like a little bit.
I don't think I saw that, honestly. We'll have to clip that, Jamie.
So I think John is just a little bit upset at that and is taking it out against, deserving college football players.
Yeah, Georgia's winning the national championship. Book it.
If Georgia wins the national championship, like I genuinely will go to the top of this building and just jump. I can't do it anymore.
Well, everyone enjoy your time here with Juan while we have it.
Yeah, because I may not be here much longer.
That's who's lifting it.
All right. All right.
End it.
I think that made me feel better. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Episode 36. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen now. Chris Greer, I hate you. You're public enemy number one. But thanks for listening, I guess. I hate you.
Inshallah.